My story begins on this beautiful evening. The full moon is there lighting the beautiful compound with beautiful lush green grass. This place is particularly not a very happy place to be at because the community is actually joining a family who are mourning the loss of the father of the homestead. So the grass has experienced some serious activity during that week. I am in this compound courtesy of an invitation from a friend. So by automatic knowledge, I don't even know who died. And as I enjoy my presence there, I am there because of one thing. I have been invited for disco matanga. Don't look at me. Don't think I cannot dance. Therefore, this is going to be a beautiful evening for me. And because of that, our village DJ has arrived armed with an Android phone, a cable, and very serious goosey music. His work and expertise would run from simply pause, next, and pull up the previous one. It's going to be a wonderful evening. So the DJ is there set, everything good, and the Ahuja speakers, you know them? The Ahuja speakers are there. They don't have any bass in them. So they are very well set. They have been serving for the previous 1 week. This particular evening, as I look at the gate, I see a beautiful masterpiece of African beauty walk in. As she walks in, my eyes follow her, and I'm humbled to see her. She walks in, and something in my mind tells me she's not your class. I try to smile at her. She doesn't notice. I accept fate, and I say, I will try another time. I get to the dance moves, and I dance during the disco matanga. And for those who don't understand disco matanga, in our area in the western part of Kenya, when somebody dies, we celebrate life. So on one particular evening, probably the evening before the person is put to rest, we have music played and people dance their bodies, hearts, souls out. This one was special because I was proving a point. I danced, and by the end of the first round of dancing, the girl came and said, "You're a good dancer." And I told her, how about I also tell you something about you, but not with the noise of these Ahuja speakers. Can we just take a step away from humanity? So we take a step away from humanity, and it's going to be a beautiful evening. Don't you think so? And that point, she looks at my eyes straight and tells me, "You have a beautiful smile." Before I say thank you, she leaves. I was born to this man who was a mason and a housewife. This family was not prepared for what they were about to face. Number one, I was born underweight. Now, why are you looking at my consolidated six-pack? It's okay. I worked through the struggle. And number two, I was born with a cleft lip. And everybody who came to visit my parents, I'm told, at that very humble hospital, was looking at me, and they will say, when they are asked, "How is the baby?" "Nim strong, akona nguvu." That's the best description they will give. They will not say he's a bouncing baby boy. He's not bouncing. He's underweight, and then he's not as handsome. So yeah, he's a strong young boy. If he grasps your finger, you will like it. That is the description my parents received. But this was not strange in my community. Reason? In my neighborhood, there was a lady who had a cleft lip that was never corrected. So whenever my mom, as a young girl, saw this lady and heard her speak, she would laugh genuinely. And then, as it is said in the African culture, if you laugh at somebody's misfortune, it will befall you. It happened. Now, I wonder why somebody who has a misfortune of money, anybody in the audience who has a misfortune of money? Because I want to laugh at you. It actually happened. And I was born with this cleft lip. Luckily, 10 months down the line, some doctors from the US were visiting that area of Kisii, and they did free surgery on me and gave me a smile. That is why when this lady told me I have a beautiful smile, I was like, uko sure? This background was the beginning of the voices that developed in my head that told me, you are not enough, you are from a poor family, you have a very humble background, that humility defines you, and your place in society, but you are strong. Therefore, I started my schooling in Nduru Primary School. Nduru Primary School is found, it's a place called Nyamarambe. And our head teacher was called Perepetua. The entire time, I did not know the name of my head teacher well until I got to understand it's Perpetua. I had a chance to leave I had a chance to leave Nduru Primary School and joined an academy at a place called Suneka, called Motensori. And in class 3, I got an opportunity to represent the school in the national music festivals that were held at KICC. And let me tell you, that is the first time I was wearing quality shoes. Again, on the same year, I was voted the pupil with the best handwriting in school. And the composition was placed on the notice board for all the parents to see. Unfortunately, my parents could not afford to visit that school because of the attire. So they never got to see that composition. I wish there were phones then to take the photo. But they still see my handwriting now. However, it has been affected by financial conditions. That moment when I got the composition on the notice board started boosting me as a person. I left Motensori because of financial issues and went back to Nduru Primary, where I started now showing them that I had come from an academy. So I started doing poems and introductions. Whenever there was an MP coming around, I would be like, yes, I'm the one introducing the school. And during national celebrations, you know those national celebrations that are done at the local areas, I would present poems. And as I do the poems, the people will come putting money in my pockets. And the treasurer, guess who? My mother. She promised me that she was putting a savings plan for me, and she would give me the money when I'm ready. She still believes I'm not. Overall, I got the chance to do the poems, and fast forward, went to Thika High School, where I coined out some department that was not there, journalism. So I started being the school journalist by Form 2. You know what that meant? I would go to every single function, call it science congress, mathematics, music, drama, any single event, and then come on those assembly days. Ifuatayo ni taarifa ya habari, kwanza ni muktasari wake, msomaji ni mimi Kelvin Okari. Wanafunzi walienda na kukiketua na kuweza kujifurahisha katika mbwembwe za siku hiyo. And I will do very nice journalism by form 2. Now that meant that people would listen to me. One day the school bus driver asked me, "Are you a battery to this bus?" And I asked him, "What do you mean by that?" "It's because where this bus is, you are." Thika High School was able to shape me in public speaking. I got an opportunity to join the best university, south of Sahara, north of Limpopo, east of the Greenwich Meridian, west of New Zealand, the only university with article there and preposition of on its name, the only university with a road in the capital city named after it, the University Way, and of course, the university with a tall building that has a helipad on top. I am talking about the University of... And I studied communication and Swahili. I was ready to be one of the best journalists Kenya can afford. And that time in my journey in University of Nairobi, my parents started gaining some respect in the community. Their opinions did not look like confusion anymore. They actually turned their status from the ones who serve people to the deserving. They had made a child get to the University of Nairobi. I finished my campus life and got to the real taste of society. My communication was jilted a bit because I thought it would be easier with my kind of lingua to get on primetime news and say things that will change society. Lo and behold, I am here. Let me tell you, I got the opportunity to become a master of ceremony, courtesy of a very unfortunate situation. A friend who was 25 by then and had already established a fashion line at 25 and was telling me, "You know, you are funny, you can MC in my event when I do the fashion thing." Unfortunately, I never got to MC because she passed on in a road accident together with her mother. And so on this particular day, there were 2 identical coffins in the compound, and I was told, "You're going to be the MC in that occasion." I got there, and I noticed people were so gloomy. I told people, "How about we change this occasion to be a celebration of life?" Not that I lacked empathy, but these people lived lives that touched us. How about we celebrate them? That evening, a high-ranking government official who was in that celebration did a Facebook post and quoted what I had said and wrote there, "MC Kelvin Okari." That post was my Damascus moment, because I realized the voices that kept on telling me that I was not enough, I could not change any perspectives, I could not alter society because I'm from a humble background. Those voices had been limiting me the entire time. If this high-ranking government official can quote me on his page, that means I have substance. That moment on, I started being an MC in all the occasions that I had an opportunity to. And I will be out here giving an experience of a lifetime wherever I had an audience. And this audience, I would always greet, and I still do, with a smile. I want to tell you today, where you come from or that background does not define you. It is just a stepping stone. And they say by the time you are 30, you become the background. Now it flips. You are now the background. I made a first non-negotiable. My children will not define themselves to be coming from a humble background because I will be the background I dreamt of. I went out here, I actually go out here on many occasions, and whenever I get to see people, sometimes they are out here and looking at you and wanting to actually rate what you're saying before they can start clapping. And as an MC, I feel the overwhelming desire to impact them. But I always start every of those occasions with a smile. I will not negotiate on the smile because at 10 months, I was afforded a smile that I could not have afforded. In 10 months, I was given a smile that I keep sharing. I also want to tell you today that on many occasions, you could be struggling with some voice in your head. People are out here cheering you, clapping for you, talking about you, and actually even posting you and saying, I know him or her. But that voice keeps on speaking to you. You know that voice? Can you hear it in your head right now? Yes. Those voices don't define you. They just want to limit you. I want to call upon you today to silence those voices as I did. And silence them to a point that they don't define who you are, but they become a stepping stone of who you become. And silencing those voices is a non-negotiable. Thank you.